This video presentation is an attempt at proving that you can't base the beginning of the month off of the beast days. This is for the ones who want to begin their months based solely on the lights from Genesis 1:14 through 16. This is not for the ones who want to begin their months based on the beast days. What day do you begin your month? Does your month begin based on the beast calendar and the beast international dateline and the time zones? Here's a look at those, the Gregorian calendar and the international dateline. This is where the beast months begin. Or does your month begin based on the lights? Genesis 1:14 through 16. And the Almighty said, "Let lights come to be in the expanse of the heavens to separate the day from the night, and let them be for signs and appointed times and for days and years. And let them be for lights in the expanse of the heavens to give light on the earth." And it came to be so. And the Almighty made two great lights, the great light to rule the day, the greater light to rule the day, and the lesser light to rule the night, and the stars. It's empirically verifiable that the lesser light that rules the night is the moon after its light is full. Your eyes can observe this. One time per month, after the moon goes full, the moon will still be in the western horizon as the day begins and the sun appears in the eastern horizon. Don't place your trust in me. Go outside and watch and verify this for yourselves. We can check the etymology for the word month to find it's connected with the moon. Reading the highlights here, this is the etymology for month from Wiktionary and also Etymology Online. It's probably from Proto-Indo-European May, to measure, referring to the moon's phases as the measure of time equivalent to moon plus the th for month. And then we read below that, originally the month was the interval between one new moon and the next. We can also check the etymology for the word moon to find it's connected with the month. Here's the moon's etymology. Month, which comes from the Proto-Indo-European root May, to measure, the month being the ancient unit of time measured by the moon. To measure in reference to the moon's phases as an ancient and universal measure of time. As can be seen, the word month originates from the word moon, and originally the moon measured the beginning of all months. With this little bit of research, the question again is, what day do you begin your month? Again, does your month begin based on the beast calendar and the beast international dateline and time zones? Look at the crazy zigzag there. Let's take a look at the craziness of the beast international dateline. There's a couple of islands, one in Russia and one in America. And one's called Tomorrow Island, the other one's Yesterday Island. Diomede Islands, Big and Little Diomede, that are only 2.4 miles apart, but one is Russian and one is American, and the time difference between the two is 20 hours because the international dateline goes right between them. If you look at the Big Diomede back on November the 28th at 3:03 a.m., you can look at Little Diomede and see it was the day before. It was November the 27th at 6:03 a.m. So they were 20 hours apart in difference. That is some craziness going on there. Shouldn't your month begin based on the Almighty's lights and not the beast craziness? Now let's take a look at when and where the full moons happen in 2021 for the Central Time Zone. The sources I use to find where on Earth and the time the moon signal new moon day are stellarium.org, the LunaSoCal app, and timeanddate.com. Here's timeanddates.com's time zone map, and then at the bottom you can see all the different time zones there of the universal time coordinated. The moon phases for approximate in my area, because I live in a remote area, I can't put my exact location here, but the moon phases for Longview, Texas, which is a town about 45 minutes away from here. It supplied here the full moon times for the year of 2021. Also, the Luna SoCal map, I used it to find where the azimuth was, approximately what direction was a moon going to set at. Was it going to be more northerly, which it was today? As you can see here today on Sunday, it took a very northerly route and set at 301 degrees on a 360 degree setting. Also, the Stellarium app on, or it's not an app, it's actually stellarium.org, but you can add an app to your computer. And this is what I used here to find the approximate location. So somewhere in the vicinity of just south of Jerusalem, just east of Egypt, somewhere in that location, it looks like the full moon was first observed in that area. As you can see down at the bottom, this morning at the universal time coordinated, it was at approximately plus 2.29. On the beast date of January 28, 2021, the full moon happened at 1:16 p.m. Central Time. The beast Central Time Zone is -6 universal time coordinated. For the Central Time Zone, the day began at approximately 7 a.m. This means that approximately 5 hours later, the full moon must have first appeared somewhere close to the people in the time zone of -11 UTC. Here's the time zone map. I placed a full moon approximately in the vicinity of where the folks would have first seen the event of the new moon beginning. Here on in that same location, in that approximate location, on January the 28th at 6:40 a.m., we have the moon just above the horizon at it's not even a full degree above, and we have it on the Stellarium map showing it's still waxing. So it's above the horizon as the sun appears from the east, but it's still waxing. Then on the beast date of February 27, 2021, the full moon happened at 2:17 a.m. Central Time. Again, the beast Central Time Zone is -6 UTC. For the Central Time Zone, the day began at approximately 7 a.m. This means that approximately 5 hours earlier, the full moon must have first appeared somewhere close to the people in the time zone -1 UTC. So we take a look here at the time zone map. I placed a full moon approximately in that location where it happened, and also based off of the azimuth where approximately it would be there. And then if we look at Stellarium, we can see that the moon was above the horizon. It was 2 degrees above the horizon. It was showing to be full, and that was at 6:23 in the morning on February the 27th. On the beast date of March 28, 2021, the full moon happened at 1:48 p.m. Central Time. Again, the beast Central Time is -6 UTC. For the Central Time Zone, the day began at approximately 7 a.m. This means that approximately 7 hours earlier, 7 hours later, the full moon must have first appeared somewhere close to the people in the time zone +11 UTC on the next beast day. So here we look on the time zone map, and as you can see, the moon just came across the beastly international date line, so that would have been the next day. And then we look at here on Stellarium in that approximate same location. We have the moon at just above the horizon, not even a degree above. It's showing to be full. And also that happened on March 29th at about 6:07 a.m. On the beast date of April 26, 2021, the full moon happened at 10:31 p.m. Central Time. Again, the beast Central Time Zone is minus 6 UTC. For the Central Time Zone, the day began at approximately 7 a.m. This means that approximately 16 hours later, the full moon must have first appeared somewhere close to the people in the time zone of plus 2 UTC on the next beast day. We'll take a look at that on the time zone map, and as you can see here, it's going to be there in the Central Africa area, and I based that, I looked at the azimuth to see where the moon was setting, and that's the approximate location I could kind of get to on this map. And then if you look at stellarium here, you have the moon just above the horizon at not even a degree above. Again, it's showing to be full, and that's on April the 27th at 5:54 in the morning. On the beast date of May 26, 2021, the full moon happened at 6:13 a.m. Central Time. Again, the beast Central Time Zone is minus 6 UTC. For the Central Time Zone, the day began at approximately 6 a.m. The full moon must have first appeared somewhere close to the people in the Central Time Zone, which is where I live. So if we look at that on the time zone map, based on the azimuth, the moon took a more southerly route, and if y'all will go inspect the azimuth of the moon through a month, you will see that it will travel between both the tropics, or it will do what the sun does in a year. It will basically kind of do that same thing, travel between the tropics of Cancer and Capricorn, and go back and forth. But on this particular date, the full moon occurred more in the southern plane, and this is why the moon, you see it lower there, just west of South America. And then we have the moon here on stellarium just above the horizon, not even a degree above the horizon. It's showing to be a waning gibbous, so it's already the fullness. Although if you look at the just above there, it's 100%. So that can't be correct. It can't be 100% and a waning gibbous. A waning gibbous means it's already losing its light from being full. So that's part of the data from stellarium that you cannot base. This is a beastly device. We use this device only on the times where we can't personally see the sun and the moon on cloudy increment weather, but anyway, just don't place your trust in these devices. Get outside and verify these things for yourself. But this happened on May the 26th at approximately 6:37 a.m. and that's probably why a lot of people had a couple times this year. There was a lot of going back and forth on when the full moon day was. It today, or was it yesterday, or was it tomorrow? So we've got to understand here, we've got to base all of our trust, we got to place our trust in the lights above. That's the only thing that the satanic beast system cannot control. So I'm just sharing this data here today to maybe help y'all understand that you can't go based on man's day. You got to go based on our Creator's day, Yahuwah himself. Now, on the beast date of June 24, 2021, the full moon happened at 1:39 p.m. Central Time. Again, the beast Central Time Zone is minus 6 UTC. For the Central Time Zone, the day began at approximately 6 a.m. This means that approximately 7 hours later, the full moon must have first appeared somewhere close to the people in time zone plus 11 UTC on the next beast day. So here we are on the time zone map, and again, you can see it just crossed over. It's just west of the time, the international crazy zigzag of the international date line. It's just east of, kind of northeast of, or east of Australia there. I based that on the azimuth. Again, I was just approximate location where I could just kind of get an idea where the full moon must have approximately first happened. And then if we look here on stellarium, you have the full moon just above the horizon, not even a degree above. It's also showing to be a waning gibbous. Again, it's showing 100%, but it can't be 100% if it's a waning gibbous. And this happened on June 25th, 2021 at approximately 6:47 a.m. Then on the beast day of July 23rd, 2021, the full moon happened at 9:46 p.m. Central Time. Again, the beast Central Time Zone is -6 UTC. For the Central Time Zone, the day began at approximately 6 a.m. This means that approximately 15 hours later, the full moon must have first appeared somewhere close to the people in Time Zone +3 UTC on the next beast day. Again, on the time zone map, we look at it here. The moon took a more southerly route, so that's why it's down toward the Horn of Africa there, just east of it there. We look at stellarium on the map. We have the moon at +2 degrees above the horizon. We have the moon as a waning gibbous, and we have that happening on July 24th at approximately 6:52 in the morning. On the beast date of August 22nd, 2021, the full moon happened at 7:01 a.m. Central Time. Again, the beast Central Time Zone is -6 UTC. For the Central Time Zone, the day began at approximately 7 a.m. The full moon must have first appeared somewhere close to the people in the Central Time Zone. So again, this is where there was a lot in the United States for the people that are trying to observe when the new moon day begins by the full moon. There were some folks question, why some are on different days. And this video hopefully will show some of y'all or all of y'all that you can't base your days off of man's days. So here on the time zone map, again, the moon took a southerly route on this particular date. As you know, if you notice in the summertime, as was mentioned to me last night, that I hadn't even really paid much attention to, but in the summer months, your moon will take a more southerly track when it's in the full phase of itself, and then in the winter it will take more of a northerly route like it did today. We have the December 19th today, which is in winter, and we had the moon at well above the northern or well above the equator, so it took a more northerly route. So here we have the moon just west of South America. There, I believe. I'm not even going to try. I know Colombia's right there, just north, but I won't try to identify. I know Ecuador's there, so Ecuador probably just west of Ecuador there. That was what I thought would be the first time the full moon was seen, the new moon. So if we look at it on stellarium, we have I've got the moon here at this position at approximately +2 degrees above the horizon. We got the moon showing full, and that's at on August 22nd at approximately 6:13 in the morning. Then on the beast date of September 20th, 2021, the full moon happened at 6:54 p.m. Central Time. Again, the beast Central Time Zone is -6 UTC. For the Central Time Zone, the day began at approximately 7 a.m. This means that approximately 12 hours later, the full moon must have first appeared somewhere close to the people in the time zone +6 UTC on the next beast day. Here's on the time zone map. We have that occurring below India, or just southeast of India, and just northwest of Australia there. Again, it took kind of a took southerly route just south, I believe, of the equator. So I tried to find that same location here on stellarium. I've got the moon at +1 degrees. I've got the moon showing to be full, and that's on September the 21st at 5:53 in the morning. On the beast date of October 20th, 2021, the full moon happened at 9:56 a.m. Central Time. Again, the beast Central Time is -6 UTC. For the Central Time Zone, the day began at approximately 7 a.m. This means that approximately 3 hours later, the full moon must have first appeared somewhere close to the people in the time zone -9. Take a look at that on the time zone map, and we have that just we've got it southwest of California there. We've got it west of Mexico and Central America there. And then if we look at stellarium, we've got the moon just above the horizon. We've got it as a waning gibbous there, and we've got that on the October 20th at 5:56 in the morning. Then on the beast date of November 19th, 2021, the full moon happened at 2:57 a.m. Central Time. Again, the beast central time zone is -6 UTC. For the central time zone, the day began at approximately 7 a.m. This means that approximately 4 hours earlier, the full moon must have first appeared somewhere close to the people in the time zone -2 UTC. Take a look at that on the time zone map, and we have it more above into the northern plain there. It's west of Africa there. It's 3 or 4 time zones away from the eastern time zones. Well, that would actually be 3 away from the eastern time zone where the full moon first appeared, or the new moon appeared. And then we have the moon just above the horizon. We have a waning gibbous, and we also have that happening on 11/19 at 6:24 in the morning. Then on the beast date of December the 18th, 2021, the full moon happened at 10:35 p.m. Central Time. Again, the beast central time zone is -6 UTC. Now this day was yesterday that this full moon happened. So for the central time zone, the day began at approximately 7 a.m. This means that approximately 15 hours later, the full moon must have first appeared somewhere close to the people in time zone +3 UTC on the next beast day. So if you look at it here on the time zone, you have it right there just east of Israel. You've got Egypt there and such. Anyway, that's where it was on, supposedly on their time zone map. And then if we look here at the stellarium, we have the moon just above the horizon as the sun appears in the east. We've got it showing as a full moon, 100%, and that's at 12 on December the 19th today. Earlier this morning at 6:50 in their area at that time. To emphasize how important it is to trust in Almighty and not the beast, this is another quick look of where all the full moons happen on the beast time zones in 2021. January 2021, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, and December. This is the map that we should be using. The beast time zone map is why there is so much craziness going on with when the days and months begin. With today's approximate location for where the new moon day began, let's look at the data from 4 different directions, approximately 750 miles away. And this is central, so we're going to look at the data from that central location where approximately the full moon first occurred on Earth today, and approximately on the azimuth is where I tried to place it. As you can see here, it was nearly at plus 300, which is north of the equator. 270 degrees is be the equator, so this would be 30 degrees north in the northern plane. And then as you can see, the moon was just above the horizon as the sun appeared in the east, and you see it's illuminated 100%, and it's showing as full moon. You look down here at the bottom, you can see I'm in the +2 UTC location, and we've got here at December the 19th at 6:50 a.m. Now we look east of there, and here's our data from there. We've got as the sun appeared in the east, we have the moon already disappeared in the west. We still have it being illuminated at 100%, but how could that be if it's a waxing gibbous? So if it's waxing, that just means that it's not 100% full of light. So this is approximately 750 miles east of the central location of today where the full moon, I felt approximately where it began. And we have here in the we're in the +3 UTC, so we're a full time zone away from there. And as you can see, the people in this location could not have witnessed the lights of the sun and moon to verify that it was a new moon day for them. So this, again, this happened today, December the 19th, in that location at 6:46 a.m. Then in the west here, we look and we can see that the moon now is above the horizon, even further than it was from the central location. We're also showing the illumination at 100%, and we're showing waning gibbous. So again, we have something wrong here. How can it be 100% and a waning gibbous? So this is data that we cannot go by. We have two witnesses that are conflicting with each other. And then if we look down here, we can see that it's at +1 UTC, so it's a full time zone west of the central area today, where I felt that the new moon began. And again, it was, as you can see there, the date matches up, and at 6:57 a.m. In that area west of the central location. Now, if we go north, we'll get a little bit different data here. So we've got the moon a full degree above the horizon as the sun appears from the east. We've got it illuminated at 100%, but again, we have two witnesses contradicting each other. We've shown 100%, but it's showing waning. So again, you can't be 100% lit and be waning gibbous. So obviously there it's got to be 99.999 something percent at that point in time. If you look here, you can see that I'm back in the +2 UTC region. And again, you can also see that the sun actually shows rising at 8:18 a.m. So this morning, so it's a little bit different time there because it's in a different area, north, about 750 miles north of the central location. Then if you look at the south, if you go south, now you can see the moon is below the horizon. So we're basically south of the central location here. Again, we're showing the moon being 100% and full. So, but it's already, the moon has already disappeared from our view. So again, you being able to see the fullness of the moon with your naked eye is impossible. And I've verified this with zoom cameras, and even with zoom cameras, you have a very hard time of verifying exactly when it turns full. And if you will do your due diligence and research it, you will see that the full moon is instantaneous. So when it goes full, it's instantaneous, and then it's constant. The moon is constantly growing in light, and then when it turns full, then it starts decreasing in light. So it don't hover there and it's not 100% for a long period of time. It's instantaneous. So it goes full. It signals that that's new moon day for y'all, which you cannot see, but the one way you can see it, you can verify the sun appears in the east, and while the moon is still above the horizon in your west. So again, on the south, it's about 750 miles west. You can also see that we're still in +2 UTC on December the 19th at approximately 6:19 this morning. I hope this video presentation helps the ones who place their trust in Almighty's timing and understand that their month doesn't begin based on the beast days. This presentation should prove why some will be observing the beginning of their month on a different beast day than others. With the lights of Almighty, all will begin on the same day, His day. Hallelujah. If you have any questions or comments about this video today at 3 p.m. Central Time, you are invited to attend a Zoom meeting. Just click on the link in the information box to join in. I look forward to seeing you there.